Biden was in a bad place. Every time a Congress member called for Biden to step down, they hurt him in the polls. Biden dug in his heels. Democrats got exasperated. They called on Biden to step down again. Biden said no, and the vicious cycle continued. That essentially just wasn't sustainable over the long run.
You know, the debate and the 3 weeks following it were the almost a kind of confirmation for a lot of Democrats and even more voters that the president was really diminished. I think the concerns were that he, was not going to be a very effective person at the top of the ticket in taking taking the fight to Trump.
There was a lot of questions about whether he would just let this play out and have kind of a free-for-all at the convention. I think the concern there has always been that it would just look bad for Democrats. These last few weeks have been bad enough for Democrats. The last thing they needed was a really bruising convention. So I think that it made sense for Biden to go ahead and endorse Harris. Kamala Harris has been polling a little bit better in a head-to-head matchup against Trump than Ġo Biden, but that could have just been because Biden was coming out of a few weeks where everything seemed to be going wrong. But ultimately, this is going to be determined by a small percentage of votes in a relatively small number of swing states.
She's a very different person, a very different candidate. Her coalition, her universe of potential voters may also be quite different from Ġo Biden's. It's possible as well. First of all, the age issue is off the table, right? Or if it's on the table, it's more flipped, right? The script is flipped. Trump is 78. She, I think, is 59. Her candidacy will obviously be historic. And there may be a potential to rally, one theory of the case is that she could rally the Democratic anti-MAGA coalition that has seen the party do very well over the last 3 national election cycles, including the last 2 midterms.
Trump has never been one to try to widen his circle of support. He's always been interested almost exclusively in just galvanizing the base and ensuring that his core MAGA voters come out to the polls. I think that that's going to be the same. He is going to engage in lots of ad hominem attacks. I think we're probably in for a very nasty campaign season.
I think the decision's absolutely going to affect how history sees him. I think the immediate outpouring in support of him and his decision is going to help cement his place.
It now looks like he was largely pushed out, and that's because he was. But at the same time, I think that he can be proud of what he accomplished. He has had really a remarkable career in professional politics, not only as president and vice president, but a very distinguished career in the Senate as well. Give his life to the country. And I think by passing the torch, he's done the right thing. He's done everything that the Democratic Party and America could ask of him.